I don't think so at all. I think it's nice optics and probably a degree of substance. I take a step back. There's a big disconnect in the United States in AI adoption because of the fear mongering. When you survey CEOs, only 25% of them are actively deploying AI in some capacity or researching acquisitions. In China, that number is 58%. When you look at the contribution of AI to GDP by 2030, in the United States, it's going to estimate to be 14%. In China, 25%. Eventually, our policymakers in the US are going to wake up and say, wait a second, this is a revolution and we cannot let it pass us by. We need to change our posture and start facilitating AI like they're doing in China. So I think this is just a moment in time, fear mongering, honestly focusing on the wrong thing. And we should be focusing on how to create a culture of innovation in the United States to embrace these tools as fast as other countries are doing, particularly China.
Is China the threat? Do you think that the US is trying to make out that it is in terms of AI? Because there's going to be a lot of potential executive actions on that front. And, you know, Congressman Gallagher also is making a lot of noise on the Hill.
I think China is the threat if you believe China is the threat. If you take a lot and you believe that China and the United States are on a collision course, right, geopolitically, if China is going to reap the benefit of a 25% contribution to their GDP by 2030, and ours is 14%, that is the underlying threat. Not embracing AI. And I think I don't know how these consulting firms come up with these numbers, but let's just admit it into evidence that there'll be some accretion to GDP. I think then China is the threat because China is way more ahead than the US. They've taken a totally different attitude towards AI than we have. But it's early and it's not too late. And I see the change happening anyway. What I am happy about this new regulatory framework in the United States, we can then take a breath and say, okay, we're working on that. Now let's focus on adoption and deployment of AI.